Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dom if you are new here, and in today's video I am going to be creating this look using two of the Blend Bunny Cosmetics palettes. I'm going to be using the Surge palette, and then I'm going to be playing with the Sugar and Grunge palette as well. I thought this would be a good video to kind of play with both of these palettes together because the Surge palette is actually discontinued. It's going to be discontinued. I don't know if this palette is still available online. I haven't seen anything saying that it is sold out, but it's probably going to be at a reduced cost. Typically her palettes are at a reduced cost when they are being discontinued, but it is such a pretty palette. I love it so much, so I decided I wanted to pair this one with her newer palette, which is the Sugar and Grunge palette that released a couple months ago, but I don't think I ever featured this one on my channel. But this is what it looks like, and I like these two palettes together. I think they're very complementary. There's obviously various different tones, and I don't know, I just think that these palettes look really nicely together. I used both of these today for the look, and I really enjoyed how it turned out. So yeah, if you guys want to see how I got this look, please stay tuned, and hopefully you will like this video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to see more of my face, and I will see you guys in 2.5. Okay friends, so we're gonna start with the eyes first, because I put a little bit of toner on my skin and I just wanted to soak in before I do my foundation. So for like an eye base, I'm just using a little bit of the Makeup by Mario Serum Surreal Skin Awakening Concealer. That's what it's called. But it's like a serum-y kind of consistency. I'm not sure if I love this concealer. I feel like it's almost like a little too thin for me personally. I feel like it's nice if you have pretty perfect skin, but I feel like I definitely have to go in with like another layer to kind of get like the coverage that I'm looking for, if that makes sense. So that is the only thing about that I'm not 100% in love with. Okay, and once I get like most of that kind of like blended out, I'm going to add a small amount of setting powder onto the lids, but I think I'm going to use a different brush though, because I'm going to use that same brush on my face and I don't want it to get like cakey, because I want to use it for my foundation and my under eye concealer, so I don't want there to be like powder and other stuff on there before I do the rest of my face, if that makes sense. So this is going to be kind of like a chatty get ready with me ish, because I haven't talked to you guys in a while. So yeah, I have just been working as usual. My birthday is next month, so that's really exciting. I've just been like burnt out feeling, to be honest. Like I just haven't had like any motivation to do anything really. So that's been a struggle, and I feel like a lot of people are burnt out. I don't feel like it's just me. I feel it's just like everybody is overworked and just not really, I just feel like it's just not a great time right now. But yeah, so I'm gonna be playing with both of these palettes. As you already know, the Surge palette is actually being discontinued, so I don't know if it's still available on the website. I feel like it would be, but I don't know if it's sold out yet. But this is one of my favorite palettes, so if you have not gotten the chance to and you like neons and want something grungier, I definitely think this would be a really nice palette for you. I already have videos up on my channel using this one. in case you wanted to like see more of that sort of thing. But this is a really pretty one. But I thought I was going to pair these two palettes together, the Sugar and Grunge, because I never played with this one officially like on my channel by itself, but I wanted to. But there's obviously other palettes out now from them as well, but I liked this one enough. I thought it was okay, but I feel like it would really be nice to pair it with this one as well, because they're like super bright neonies and there's like some more pastels in here, so I think that these would pair pretty nicely together. So yeah, I have no idea what I'm going to do for a look today, but we're going to be using both of these palettes. I'm kind of thinking that I want to do, I feel like I always do something with the purples because the purples in here are just so pretty. But I kind of feel like I want to do something with like these like bluey tones here and here. And then maybe something with the blues, like the shimmery blues out of both of the palettes. So I feel like that's kind of like the wavelength that I'm going for today. Ooh, or something with like this in here with this and this, and maybe like something from here. I feel like would be really pretty. So yeah, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start with the Sugar and Grunge palette. I feel like the color in here that I use the most is this blue toned here. I'm gonna start out with that one, and I'm gonna use a IT Cosmetics brush. It's their number 105 brush. I discovered this brush while working at Ulta, and it's not too bad. I used to use this brush all the time. But yeah, so I'm just gonna start by lightly blending that onto my lid, and it's fine if this goes up a little bit higher because I feel like the outer corner and the crease, not the crease but the lid, I feel like it's gonna have some depth to it, so I don't want this shade to get lost in the sauce. I feel like it's also going to be a nice color to put down before, you know, blending out some darker tones of blue. But yeah, I really like the Blend Bunny formula. The mattes are really nice, and the shimmers are also really nice as well. They're a good texture. I love like their texture of shimmers. I feel like they have a good like handle on it. I feel like they're really nice. My fan, I am the kind of person that like sleeps with a fan on 24/7. Also, this video is probably going to be super long, so I apologize. This is not the video to watch if you don't want to hear me ramble on for about 35 minutes or so, because yeah. But my fan burnt up pretty much, like just the motor went out on it, so it was like smelling, and I was like, what is that smell? You know, like when you smell heat and you're like, what, like when you first turn your heat on in the winter and you're like, like the dust or whatever is like burning off of the, I don't know whatever it is in your like your unit that makes the heat like warm. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, well, I was like, what is that smell? And I was like, I checked and I was like, the heat isn't on. And so I, like, my fan was on, like it wasn't like blowing, but it was like it should have been on, because like I always turn my fan on at night to sleep because of the white noise and I get hot. Also, this is gonna look really trash until I do the rest of my face, so I'm going to try not to focus so hard on how my face looks, because I hate when I have eyeshadow on and no face makeup. I don't understand how people do it. Truly, I do not. Okay, so then I think I'm gonna take the shade Rush, which is this one here, and we're gonna put that also into my crease using the same brush. And then eventually we're gonna mix in like some other darker tones. Also, the Grunge palette does not have a mirror. The Sugar and Grunge palette does have a mirror. So, in case you're wondering. But yeah, back to my fan story. It should have been on, but it wasn't. Like, it wasn't blowing. So yeah, and then I was like, oh, the back of like the fan was like hot, so I was like, oh, interesting. I'm so excited that it's fall time. This weather is this is like my favorite time of year. This is where I feel my most creative. I feel the most like myself, which is really nice. I'm just not a summer person. I'm not a summer or a spring kind of person. And if you can see, like, it added like a little bit more depth, although they're pretty much like on the same like color spectrum and like undertone and color palette. I feel like it just added a decent amount of depth to, like, it just made it a little bit darker while still keeping that tonality, which is the goal. It's goal. It's the goal. Okay. Work has been interesting lately. I just have been doing the things with work. We did a wedding recently, and like the end of September we did a wedding, so that was cool. My dad's birthday was last month as well. I don't even know what I want to do for my birthday next month. I have no clue. Okay, so pretty much I'm just gonna go in with every shade of blue at this point, pretty much, because now I'm gonna go into the shade Teen Spirit, and a lot of these have like 90s-esque names, like this Teen Spirit, Skater Girl, you know, stuff like that. So that's cute. But just gonna use the same brush for that as well. I have been watching Love is Blind season 5, and it has been chaotic, but this is probably one of the most dramatic seasons like ever. People, they're like, oh, Love is Blind probably won't come back after this, and I don't think so. I think they will, because the ratings on this show are probably insane. Like, are people coming on the show anymore to find like a partner, you know, without knowing what they look like? Probably the people who aren't shown on the show, but the ones that are, the ones that we do see, the chaotic, toxic ones, they're not. So yeah, they're not. And also, I wish they would show a little bit more about the other relationships and the other couples that we don't see, because I feel like they have issues too that we're not aware of, or they got engaged and we didn't hear much about their story, or they got unengaged, and it's like, if they do, why? Like, we should be tracking their stories as well. That's the only thing that I hate, is that we don't hear more about the other stories. So yeah. Okie dokies. I really like these colors and like how they're coming together. I'm gonna add a little bit more over here because I just feel like this eye needs a little something more like right in here without being too much. Okie dokies. Let's see. Right now I'm gonna take the shade, kind of want to take that purpley shade, this one here, with this one and this one. I feel like I kind of want to mix these two together because I feel like those could be really pretty. I feel like those could be really, really pretty, but I don't know. What color am I going to put on my lid for shimmers? I'm definitely thinking like this blue color, and the blue color out of here. I feel like these palettes are working really well together as far as like color themes go. I'm gonna take Covet and dip a little bit into Linger. I'm just gonna tap right on off. But yeah, so I've been watching Love is Blind and it has been bananas. I don't want to talk about it too much, but listen, everybody needs to go home with this, right? I cannot wait for the next episodes to like drop. I feel like that's gonna be super interesting. Because now that I placed that, I'm gonna take a different brush. I'm just gonna swirl my dirty brush onto my bed. So mature, right? I'm just gonna blend that out a bit. And this is the BK Beauty 202 brush. These brushes are actually so nice. I think that's actually what I will ask for my birthday, because my boyfriend was asking me and my mom was asking me. I was like, I don't know, I don't want anything. I'm also PMSy, so I'm like, stop asking me questions. But now I'm just gonna kind of wiggle that into the crease a bit. Do you guys have any makeup releases that you are excited for? I feel like there's so many and I'm like, hashtag overwhelmed with the amount. And the cost of makeup though is wild. Like, it is so expensive to really keep up with the things that are coming out, especially if you want to like review products. I'm thinking of like coming up with a budget of how much I spend on makeup a month, because I do want to like review things and try out new things for you guys, but just like, man, it gets so pricey so quickly, especially if you're dealing with like indie brands, because like they're doing it all themselves and they're worth the money. I'm not saying that the makeup isn't worth the money at all. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's more expensive. Like, I want to try out the Inslee Rain palettes, but the one that I want to try out, the Harvest Moon and the Flower Moon looks really pretty. The Harvest Moon, I'm not sure if I would like that one, but one of my favorite YouTubers, Baddie Bean, on YouTube, she played with it. I was like, oh, those colors are so pretty. And I'm like, I want to try that out. I'm like, that looks so gorgeous. But I'm like, $88, and then it's like on pre-order forever. So then it's like, by the time that you guys do get it, or like, you know, it's kind of like, by the time I get it, there'll be something new instead, if that makes sense. So I never know what to do. Okay, I'm gonna get some eyeshadow primer. I like my NYX one, but I want to see if there's better ones out there, you know? Which I'm sure there are. And I've just been using the NYX one forever. Literally like for years on end. And I haven't gone back since. So, yeah, we'll see. Okie dokies. So now I'm going to take the shade underneath this bluey toned here. And I'm going to try to pick that up with this brush. I don't even know where this brush is from, to be honest. Like, I don't remember this brush. But anyway, just kind of like a flat brush you can apply shadow with. And I'm just going to apply over top of that base. Grab some more. Oh, that's so pretty. I love these shadows every single time I use them. gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I think after this, my sister, she actually has my car right now because something with her battery, I think, in her car, so she took my car to school. So she will have it until probably about 2 o'clock or so, and it's like 1:15. But I was going to go to Target and get a fan, but I will have a full face of glam on going into Target. So, you know, you can find a baddie in the, you know, the home section of Target, my friends. But I went for a long walk today. I've been going on more walks recently because it has been so peaceful, and just like, honestly, if you have the opportunity to get outside more, it does wonders for your mental health. Like, I just have been in like getting out there for a decent amount of time. I know not everybody can take, you know, 45 minutes to an hour out of their day, you know, to do something like that. But if you can, when you have the opportunity to do it, I recommend it because it is so vital for you. And it was cold this morning, like we were getting all the fall chilly weather, but it was so nice. And it was just like one of those things where it's just like your mind can kind of ease. It's hard to be anxious and like worried about everything when you're just out in nature, just observing, you know. So it's hard. It's definitely been like a very beneficial thing for me. And I'm so glad I started doing that. And just like sitting outside, if you're able to sit outside on your lunch break, like if you're able to just get away for a little bit, you know? Because I feel like also it's hard to, like, I feel like for me personally, I gain perspective when I'm outside. I'm just like, man, there are so many things that are like bigger than you, you know? You really realize like your place in the world. And like, I don't know if any of that's making sense, but in my mind I'm just like, okay, look, dummy, you're gonna be okay. It's gonna be all right. So anyway, now that I went on to a tangent that probably didn't make any sense, I'm gonna try to put a little bit of this like on the inner-ish corner, kind of like right in here or so, kind of like making my own little halo eye or whatever. Just kind of brighten that up. Yeah, I think that's cute. Nice. Okay. Then I'm going to actually start on the rest of my face. I'm going to put these two palettes aside for just a hot second, so I can start on my base makeup, and we'll do that in 2.5. Okay, so let's move on to my face portion. I haven't used this primer in so long, but I used it last night when my boyfriend and I went on a date. This is the Milk Hydro Grip, and this stuff is amazing. I bought this, I don't remember when I bought this. I think it was maybe the last Sephora VIB sale, but it's a good one. I like it a lot. I don't really use primer that often, but yeah. Also, I think I'm getting a little skin tag here on my face, which I'm not surprised because like my mom had them when she was my age. I think she still has a couple, but yeah. But it's like really teeny tiny. And also I do get my skin checked, so before you guys be like, make sure it's not the C word, I promise you, like, I go to the doctor, I make sure I'm okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna wear the House Labs foundation. I'm gonna try a pump and a half because this stuff is like full coverage, and I don't really want to wear a ton of foundation, but I do want enough coverage. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm wearing a lot of product on my face, if you get what I'm saying. But it like covers up my scarring so nicely. Like, I'm just a scarred girl, okay? Anyway, I'm just gonna pat that in. And I love these sponges. These are the AOA sponges, I think, that I got off of Amazon. They come in like a 9-pack. I'm just gonna check my nose here because my nose is so runny. Just make sure there's no boogies in there. I apologize. You guys are probably like, ew, she's so freaking gross. I promise you, I'm just me, my friend. I'm just me. Now I'm gonna take the same concealer, the Makeup by Mario one. I'm also in the shade 540. Okay. I'm just gonna put a little bit right here, a little bit in here. I gotta bring it down. I don't put it right in there so that I can have like a little room to push it up into my, you know, inner corner and place it where I want. But my boyfriend's sister is pregnant, so that's cool. So I'm gonna be like an auntie-in-law-ish next spring, so that'll be cool. Let's see what else is going on in my life. I feel like nothing. I feel like everything and nothing all at once, which makes no sense. I feel like there's been like a lot of stuff that I've had to not do, but yeah, I don't know, I just feel like I've had like a lot of doctor's appointments in the last couple of months. But yeah, I was supposed to go back to my doctor like a week or two ago, but I canceled that and moved it to the new year because I'm like, you know what, I don't care right now, like, and I'm fine. It's not like we're gonna be talking about like weight in the next like 5 seconds, so if that's like bothers you, I apologize, trigger warning. But I am wanting to lose some weight, and she was like, I want to see how it goes, like, you know, implementing a few different things. And honestly, I don't lose weight quickly, like I never have. I pretty much have to be like depressed to lose weight. But I'm like, I don't lose weight quickly, and like I only lost like maybe 2 or 3 pounds like from the last time I saw her. And I was like, no, because you're gonna be like, oh, I want to put you on this medicine, because that was like her next thing. She was like, oh, like I want to maybe look into putting you on some sort of medicine. And I'm like, don't really want to do that per se. So I'm like, I'm gonna give myself to January to lose some weight. It's October, so if I could lose like 10 pounds, that would be perfect. Like I don't know, I just have some sort of, you know, difference in my body weight. But I just have not been like motivated to do anything, and I'm like, man, it's rough. It's just like pushing through even when you don't feel like it is the hard part for me, because I feel like I do a lot of things that like I don't want to do. So it's just like having to go to the gym. I'm just gonna take this brush and just like run a little bit of whatever's left right under there to kind of connect. Like having to go to the gym or work out, you know, stuff like that. It's just like, I don't want to. Like, I'm always on my feet. It's like I'm tired of being on my feet. I just am over it, you know? Okay, I'm gonna use my Alamar Cosmetics Trio Don't Mind these next products, because these are all stained with Juvia's Blush Liquid. Juvia's Place Liquid blushes, and I like swirl these two together a bunch. Love this stuff. This is one of my favorite bronzers. If you can see, I've hit pan on both of those shades. I really discovered Alamar, I think during the pandemic actually is when I ordered these. So yeah, and my family is sending me food pictures. Well, at least my parents are. But what was I saying? Now I'm confused. I don't remember what I was saying. Anyway, so, oh yeah, consistency. So yeah, consistency is like the main thing for me. And just like meal prepping and eating healthier foods is like the thing that I have to do more of, and I need to do more of, and I want to do more of. So yes, I have considered. Okay, so now we're gonna use the Jaclyn Cosmetics Rouge Romance. I apologize, like I said, this is gross, but that's how I apply my Juvia's Place blush, because it will be like way too much if I don't. I think I'm gonna mix the shades. I think I'm gonna mix mainly this, but a little bit of that. So yeah, this is the shade Tea Room. I love me a good orange blush. Also, I really have been like I watch Peter Mon. I've been watching Peter Mon a lot more recently, and his videos are great, to be honest. His videos are great, and I have just been like hearing about certain things and like finding out about YouTubers that you know, liked and would watch. Like, I never was a James Charles person. Like, I had his eyeshadow palette, but I liked his palette only based off of the colors, because like when that palette released, I think it was like 2016, 2017-ish, somewhere in there, and I still was like into super colorful makeup like all the time and everything. So I'm gonna use my Kosas brow pencil and everything. And so it was just like crazy to me, like when those allegations and stuff like that started coming out about him, you know, talking to minors. And then in his videos he was saying how he was just like desperate, that's why he was talking to minors. And I was like, wait, what? I'm like, that is bananas, actually bananas. So and I'm getting like so many messages in the salon group chat because it's birthdays and everybody has birthdays, and so that's annoying. But anyway, but yeah, it was just like odd to like hear about your like people that you not looked up to, because I don't know, just like they're people, but like people that you're like, oh, interesting, that you liked, you know. Like, I liked him, like I never really watched his content, but I wasn't like, oh my god, James Charles, yeah, you know, like I wasn't a hater or anything like that. Like, I was like, okay, you know, like he's a really talented like person. Same thing with like Jaclyn Hill. And this brow looks so thin. I feel like I have like 3 brow hairs. I'm definitely like missing some brow hairs right here. So yeah, that sucks. So I'm gonna have to put some gel on that. So don't mind my patchy looking eyebrow, okay? I can't help it. She looks patchy. She looks really freaking patchy, actually. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this now because this is just gonna bother me. You guys looking at my patchy looking eyebrow. Moving on. But yeah, so it's like, wow, okay. This is what, you know. And it sucks because it's like the James Charles, the Jaclyn Hills, the Manny MUAs, the Laura Lees, you know, are the ones that got like super freaking famous, you know, and everything, and are like the what you would consider the pillars of the beauty community, and like have been around for forever. And there's so many like smaller micro influencers and people who actually care and who actually like put out new and creative and innovative content that you never even hear about, you know, and that's so like buried underneath all of their drama, which is annoying. And because also it's like these people are creating, you know, the smaller ones who aren't problematic or, you know, stuff like that. Like they're creating amazing content, but you're never gonna find out about it because you have these people who are money hungry and power hungry within the spaces, and they're always involved in some sort of scandal. So it goes from like focusing on them being like, you know, these really elite, you know, not kind of elite, I guess, for lack of better word, you know, influencers, to now it's like you can't even, like, the good work is overshadowed by like other people's drama now. So it's like, it's stupid. And it's hard because it's like you can't be like, okay, well, just don't give them any attention. But it's like certain things you have to give attention to be like, this isn't right. Like, you can't keep just doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't keep just, you know, stealing people's brands and being a predator and just weird stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's the kind of stuff that you can't just be like, oh, we don't want to talk about that, like, because like you have to call people out for when they're doing wrong and when they're not acting right. So yeah, I really haven't like bought from Jaclyn Hill's brands, and I feel like she could have had like some really cool products and like really done well for herself, but people just don't trust her anymore, and rightfully so, because I'm like, dang, like, you really did that, bro? Like, you really did that and tried to play it off. Like, okay, girl, okay. My brows look freaking crazy. I'm also, they're laminated as well, so my brows, I just feel like, aren't really my favorite thing right now. And I don't know if that's because I need to get them laminated again or if I need to get them tinted again. Like, I've never had them laminated before, so I'm just gonna try to go with this and call it a day. But I just don't like the way that they're looking. They're just not laying right. Today is gonna be a day where my hair lays over the majority of my brows because these brows are trying to drive me bonkers, especially this one here. Especially this one. I feel like it's too light, but then it's like, I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna do that. We're gonna see how the rest of that goes. What I kind of am thinking about doing, I thought would be kind of cool, is do like a little bit of white liner where the like where the shade like connects. I have like some light liner right in there and like in there. That would be kind of cool too. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be using the NYX one. We're gonna pray this goes well. Okay, so I got like a little thicker, but I think I'm just gonna go over with the brush I used to put the color on with, and I'm just gonna like put it right over top of that little area, kind of like fix it in a way, if that makes sense. I don't do graphic eyeliner too often, so I'm not like a pro at it, but I feel like that kind of looks kind of cool I feel like that's kind of cool looking. Okay, let's dip our brush again. Anyway, I hate that I see every online booking, everything, because I get so many text messages. I always have like at least 100 text messages on my phone. It's absurd. This is a side that I'm worried about because I'm shakier. And yeah, non-dominant side, right? Okay, let's do that. Okay. Alrighty, so got the other side done as well. I think I'm gonna go over just a little bit more on this side. Also, I want to watch The Golden Bachelor, where everybody is like not in their 20s or 30s, like where they're, you know, a little bit older. I could totally like F this up so quickly, and that is not the goal, so I'm going to do this very carefully. Okay, so I'm just gonna like let this dry like that real fast. Let's move on to my lipperoonies, as everything falls on the freaking floor. Annoying. Okay, I'm trying to keep my lids as still as possible, but I'm gonna use the Makeup by Mario lip liner in the shade, what's this called? Jeff. I should know what this one's called because I use it all the time, but I'm not great with shade names, so yeah. This is probably like one of my favorite lip liners of all times. It's so nice. And I've been like a gloss girly the last like couple months to the year, probably. Like I have not been reaching for liquid lipstick-esque products. I think the most I'll maybe use is a tube of lipstick, but like liquid lipsticks, you can forget about it. So I'm gonna add a little bit of my CoverGirl Yummy Gloss as a base for this lip because my lips are a little dry. And this is like the perfect gloss to give you like some moisture. So I'm gonna add a little bit of that just as a base because this next gloss I'm about to use, it's one of the Morphe lip glosses in the shade Shatterproof Mauve. This one, it's sticky and it's like glossy, but it's not like moisturizing, but I like the color of it, so I'm gonna apply that over top. So pretty. And then that is what the lips look like. Okay, let's go back to this liner situation and see what we got going on. I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna touch up with like the same brush that I used to just like make sure that the shimmer looks good still, and like I can touch that up a bit if need be to make it like sharper looking. Then let's see here. I'm going to take a very small angular brush. I'm going to go into the white, and I'm just going to stamp that over the white liner just to make sure it looks like opaque in all of the places, and even like can kind of connect it to the inner corner if you want to kind of make that transition a little softer. Alright, now I'm going to do a little bit of mascara. I've been loving the Telescopic Lift Mascara from L'Oreal. I haven't really been into mascaras like that. I don't know. I really like this one, and then the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. And I just kind of spread my lashes apart, like so. And I'm trying to figure out what highlight. Oh, there's a lash in my eye. Oh no, it's like a piece of mascara in my eye. Oh, look at that. Do you see that little dot? That's what like just fell in my eyeball. Anyway. Trying to figure out what okay, I need to redip. I'm just like not even getting anything out here, but I'm trying to my mind just went blank, literally. Oh, I'm trying to think what highlight I want to put on my nose, because I love nose highlighter and I love blush on my nose. It is just like so cute and like pink. Anyway, I think I'm gonna do kind of want to do something like purpley or pinkish. I don't know. Let's see. I feel like this could be cute. I think I'm gonna use this one. This is the shade Jawbreaker, which is this purple color here. I'm just gonna tap my finger in there just a little bit, and then we're just gonna lightly touch the tip of my nose, like right in there. And I'm just gonna like blend it out with my finger. So cute. And then I'm gonna take my pinky and do the same thing there and there. So you get like a little bit of something, but nothing too crazy. Oh, it gives me like a unicorn tears-esque vibe. Okay, moving on. I'm going to spray with the Skindinavia Makeup Finishing Spray, so that my makeup stays. I think they are also the makers of the Urban Decay spray, because it smells like that. But anyway, I have the bridal setting spray in my kit. I want to try that one out to see what the difference is, but couldn't tell you. Like, what is the difference between the two of these sprays? Really should get like one of those fans that like, you know, like a small fan. But I love how this look turned out. I think it is so pretty, and I haven't done something like this and couldn't tell you the last time. I feel like the graphic liner really just did something for me, because I haven't done like a graphic liner moment in such a long time. But hopefully you guys enjoyed me playing with both the Sugar and Grunge palette and the Surge palette from Blend Bunny Cosmetics. I think the formula of these palettes, like I said, obviously is great. I wouldn't be talking about them on my channel and encourage you to take a look at the Surge one if I didn't think so. Yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, friends.